Greetings, trendsetters. It's Yasamika here from Being Human. Got a real good one. I'm going to take you through the mechanics of manifesting. This is another universal law, so this means this is how everyone does it. So when you understand what I'm showing you here and you have the awareness of how our electromagnetic system works, you'll be able to see it. I'll give you examples of how it works, how you work, how I work, how we all work. I'm going to take you through what is known as the Tubetorus and the different levels of manifestation or dimensions, mind filters that play into how we manifest things. So here's us standing in our Tubetorus. It's much the same as standing in a donut of energy. The energy travels up and down through our physical body. It either comes out the top of our head, goes round the outside of us, and then comes back up through the soles of our feet and our base chakra. If anyone's interested in auras, this is where our aura is created. The energy that comes through us is known as our electromagnetic energy. And as you can see, comes up and down our body, goes out around us, and that's where the aura is made. Depending on what mindset you are in, will determine the color of your electromagnetic aura. You know, you might have gone to a spiritual festival and had your aura photographed, or you might be able to see the aura. Sometimes it might just flicker if you've got a nice plain background, or if you've just seen a picture of someone's aura. That's what creates it, that electromagnetic field in there. Now, you would have heard me talk about subconscious red mindsets and subconscious blue. Well, when a person's in a red mindset, the energy comes up through their feet, through their base chakra, up through their body, out the top of their heads, and it circles back around and it creates an up current. So red people like to be uplifting and uprising because the red energy from the subconscious mind program creates an up current. Now, the opposite or the complement to the red energy is the blue mindset. This comes down the body. It enters the crown chakra, comes down, and the first port of call is obviously a person's brain, and this is intellectual energy, comes through the brain first and then comes down through the body, exiting the body through the soles of our feet, and then the uplifting energy is actually on the outside of a person, and that is the blue subconscious blue mind current going that way. So depending on your mindset and the program you're playing at that particular moment will determine the direction of the energy of your Tubetorus. So we go back to the red mindset. Instead of the energy entering the body through the feet and the base chakra and just going straight up through the body, it goes through a coil of energy. Now, this coil of energy is the same as the Caduceus. There is a blue coil of energy and there's a red coil of energy. These coils never touch. They're like two interdimensional wires. If they touch, that's the end of it. So they carry the different currents of energy through us in a coil, and where they look as though they touch, but they actually only align with the front of the body. That's where our chakras are. We have a base chakra there, we have a sacral chakra here, solar plexus chakra here, a heart chakra here, and a throat chakra here. And then it comes up, and now if these two coils of energy met, they would supposedly cross at the third eye and then come out the top of the head, and the energy in a red person is on the outside of them is actually going down, and then it comes back up through the body. You would have noticed we've got a red and a blue coil. So what that means is that there's a little blue energy in the red mindset. And if you look down here at the yin and yang sign, the red energy is the majority of energy is the red, and there is a small amount of blue. That's why we have a certain amount of blue energy in these arrows, but the majority of it is red, and the aura of the person will be red based. Here's the blue mindset. This is when we are playing a subconscious blue mindset. It changes our current, and it changes the direction of the current. So instead of the red stuff coming up through our base chakra, it changes, and it's the blue energy coming down through our crown chakra, entering our head and our intellect first, and it travels down through the caduceus, through the coils of energy. This is why I use snakes, because the symbol of a coil of energy is a snake. That's why the caduceus has snakes on it, because that's the symbol of a coil of energy. Same with the red mindset. The majority of the energy in a subconscious blue program, in a blue mindset, is blue with a small amount of red, which is symbolized in the yin yang energy. So we have a certain amount of red coming into the top chakra through the violet top chakra, and then it comes down through here. The majority of it is blue, so it's intellectual energy, and these people think. If you listen to them, they will say things like, I think it's like this, I think we should do it that way. And these people, because they say that, they work off intellectual energy coming down through the crown chakra, down through the top, and then exiting the body, and then the energy comes up. And it's interesting because the energy is coming up on the outside of the body, blue people like to create and erect things and build them up, because the energy is going down through the body, but on the outside it's going up. That's why the blue mind is good at creating, constructing, repairing, and building up, because they like things on the outside of them in a tangible way, not in an emotional way, but in a tangible way, for things to grow. And that's the blue energy. So here's Frank. Cheers, Frank. Righto. Now, we have two currents of energy, right? We have the red current of energy, which comes up through the base chakra. It's emotional energy. It comes through up through the soles of our feet, and it comes up through our base chakra. That's the red one. And it goes through the chakras, through the coils, all right, out the top of the crown, out, down here, and then back, and it creates that motion. That's the red one, all right? Now, the blue one, when a person's in a blue subconscious mindset, the energy comes down through the crown chakra into the indigo, right? So we're looking at the shades of blue here. Into the indigo, and it's logic, and it's intellectual. Down through the crown chakra, heart, solar plexus, sacral, out through the base chakra, out through the soles of the feet, back around and down. And it goes through those coils or snakes down here. And that's the blue one. The key to manifesting is how these currents of energy, how they manifest, what they do, how does it work. I'm going to take you over that now because it's a really important one. We'll start with the red one, all right? This one's the emotional energy, focusing on feelings, happy, spontaneous, intangible things. So it comes up from Mother Earth. We have to be on a planet to actually manifest this energy because it's Mother Earth energy, because it comes up through our soles of our feet and up through our base chakra. Seeing it comes up from Mother Earth, it's the solid stuff first. So what happens here is a person will say, far out, I've got all these things in my reality. Might be vegetables, might be wood, might be timber. It's something solid, and their mind goes, I can do something with this. Why don't I start manifesting things? I've got all these animals in the back paddock. I've got all these tools in the shed. It's right there. And what actually happens when a person is in a red mindset, they get the idea of what's happening in their reality. And what happens is that they go, wow, we've already got the stuff. All we have to do is put them together and we're going to start making money. So what happens is that the earth chakra, the base chakra, is the solid one. So that's why we've manifested all this cool stuff, right? It's turned up out of nowhere or whatever. And it's like, wow, I can just do that. I can make those, or I can sell those. Now, the energy comes up here, and this is the most solid chakra. This is the element to the base chakra is earth. So the energy goes up those coils of energy that I showed you in that graphic, starts at earth, which is dense. Then it gets up to the sacral. Females make babies in here. So this is making things. So this is being practical, creating. Females, they get vitamins and minerals and things, and they make a human being. And that all happens in here. Now, the element to this chakra is water. So it's less dense than the earth chakra. So what's actually happening is that as the energy goes up the red direction, it's getting less dense. It's gone from earth to water. Then as it goes up the line, it goes to the solar plexus. Now, the element to the solar plexus is fire. It's less dense again. You can see it, you can feel it, but you're unable to touch it. So it's getting less dense. In the solar plexus, we've got the masculine version of the solar plexus is warrior energy, which is confidence, strength, worthiness. You've got identity in here. And also the female version of it is sense of humor, laughter, being joyful, being happy. So what happens is you've started out in the solid one, right? It's gone to water, so it's gone into liquid and fluid. Fluid. Then from there it's gone into fire, and it's made you happy. Whatever you've made, excited, confident. And as it goes up the line, the green one, the element to the green chakra is air. So it's just gone from fire to air. And it's getting lighter. You're unable to see air. I can breathe it. Thank goodness for that. I'm unable to see it. I can see the dust that's in the air, but I'm unable to see. So from what happened, when we create through a red current, we start out with the cool stuff, and it's strong in the beginning. It's, yeah, man, we've got everything going. But what happens is that it goes to liquid, to fire, to air. The element to the throat chakra is space or void. So as the edge goes up here, it evaporates and this disappears. And then you get up into the third eye and you start going, oh, I don't know what happened there. It started out really good, started creating this, had everything there, and you never end up finishing it, because what happens is that it stops. Instead of starting from up the top and getting solider and solider and solider, and then all of a sudden at the base chakra you've got a finished product. It's the reverse system. It's the reverse process. So when a person wants to manifest things in the red mindset, it disappears and it does not last long, because you start at the earth, go through the water, up into fire, then it goes to air, into space, straight into the intellect, and basically gone into the clouds. The red energy is for an emotional situation. You go to a function at night. During the day, you might go to a party. They never last long. They are not meant to last long, because when a person goes to an emotional reality, they start with the venue, they start with probably alcohol there or food or whatever it is, and it's all there. The balloons are all there. The band's there. So it's like, yeah, man. So they earth the function, they earth the emotional reality, they get into some water, which could be liquid of some kind. Then they get into fire, which is sense of humor, confidence, Yahoo, bit of that stuff. They get into the green, it starts turning to air, so it's kind of like starting to disappear. And then you get into the space of the throat chakra, and this is where people say, oh, well, time we find a new space to go to. It's usually home or go somewhere else. The manifestation of the red current is for the short term. So when anyone wants to do something permanent, the red mindset is the incorrect one to make it work and make it stick, because I'm going to take you through the blue one now. Here's the blue energy. These are people in a blue subconscious mindset, and they want to create something. So here we go, Frank. Cheers, mate. So what happens with the blue mindset and the blue energy? It comes, can we do that? Yep. I love it when a plan comes together. The energy comes through the head, right? Goes into the brain. The brain starts working it out. How does that work? How does that click? They start ticking in here. And the people who know the Ouroboros, this is 1 o'clock in the Ouroboros. Okay, this is where, okay, get the idea, formulate the idea. How does that work? That's all happening in the indigo. You basically work it out and go, wow, yeah, I think we can do this. And this is intellectual energy. It's not physical. It's intellectual first, and they make a plan. Have you ever gone to a place and say, I'd like some a loan for a business, or I'd like to be able to get some finance for a business? And they say, well, have you got your business plan? Those guys, whether they know it or not, they know how it works. This is where we make our plans, and that's kind of like the bones or the skeleton of what you want to manifest, because it has to start here. This chakra down here is the closest, it's the densest to the third dimension. Human beings, when they manifest something in the solid, whether it's a child, bit of poop, whatever it is, it comes out here. It does not come out of any other orifice, all right? So what happens is the energy comes in here, excuse me, Frank, down through the void. You've nutted it out in the indigo, right? Then it goes into the void, And in the void, the subconscious mind goes, what are we going to do with this thought energy? It's blue energy. It's been thought about, worked out. It's got a plan. And in the void, and the throat chakra goes, it's got a little flippy thing in there, and it goes, yeah, okay, let that thing go down. So it goes right, and that goes down. It's gone from space into air. It's starting to get denser. Now, what happens here is that when it gets to the heart chakra, people start using their arms and hands and fingers. So what happens is that they start writing the plan. They start putting their thoughts onto paper, which happens to be made out of plant, wood. What happened comes from the earth. So they are actually densifying their thought pattern from their intellectual energy's gone past the throat. And it's like, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll see if we can manifest that. It's getting denser. Then it goes into the heart chakra. This is air. And then the meridians, Frank's got meridians that come from this chakra down his arms. So what happens is that start writing down the plan, you start doing figures. Numbers are in the nose chakra. It's right there. So you can see how what's happened is that we've got the fourth dimensional creative energy in our head. It's starting to densify. It's in the heart chakra. It's gone to air. Once you've done some numbers, this is where you do a vision board. You either write down your idea and you're starting to ground it the same way as you write down your dreams, because you bring your dreams from the fourth dimension down and ground them on paper. That will help ground them so you can understand what the hell's going on. Goes into the air chakra. While it's been in there for a while, it's going down through that Caduceus. Then it goes into the solar plexus. It's just gone into fire. Fire needs air. No air, no fire. So what happens is that the heart chakra feeds the solar plexus. In the solar plexus, we've got confidence, worth, excitement, motivation. We've got identity. So what happens? Your mind's starting to understand what the hell you're creating here, and you're giving it an identity. And it's getting denser. From the fire, it goes down into water and liquid. Water gives things life. Babies are brought in, are reared in a sack of water. It's gone from fire into water. It's getting denser. So it spends time in there. And then as you create, because the orange and the transformer, this chakra here is known as the transformer chakra. And what that means is that, I think I might get that piece of wood and turn it into a table, or transform it into a table. Here's a piece of metal. I think I'll transform it into a motor or a chair or whatever it is. The orange chakra is known as the transformer because it transforms things from one reality into another. So that happens here. Next minute, it's reached the base chakra. And out of the base chakra, we manifest solid things, and it works. And these are permanent. That's what the blue energy does when you want to create something or make something. Energy comes down here through all these different chakras. It gets denser and denser and denser, and you end up with something solid, which is the exact opposite to the red one. The red one starts with something solid. Got a great idea. We can do this. And I'll tell you a hint. You go to the lottery shop, all right? If you have no plan for the money you're going to win from that lottery, if you win some money, it goes straight in here. You've never planned anything for it. You've got no idea what to do with it. There's no mental energy that's creating a skeleton or a framework for it to stick to. So what happens is that lottery money comes in here, and that's why it disappears. You'll start using it up, gone. Wrong channel. If you ever win the lottery or you get a windfall of money, what you do is the way you got it was red because it's turned up out of nowhere, right? So it's turned up down here. So what you do is you bank it. You put it somewhere and then you start making a plan. When you do that, is that you change the current. When you start making a plan of the lottery, instead of it becoming a red current and turning your Tubetorus red with all the money you've just manifested, you start doing a plan. And when you start doing a plan with your lottery, you put it in here. And it starts getting densified, denser, and boom, you'll start manifesting things and they will stay because you've just changed the manifesting current. So these are the mechanics of how we manifest as a human. If you ever noticed who are the people who've usually got all the money, it's the people that use their head. They get the ideas up here, they think about it, then they write down figures, they write down projected realities and all that kind of stuff. And then it comes down here. These are the ones that make money. They are not the ones that work down here, who walk around with work boots, do the hard yakka, and they get given this. And if this person, and we say to Frank, hey Frank, you got a plan for this income that you're going to manifest every week or every fortnight? Oh, no, whatever it is, all good. He's just shoved it into his base chakra and it's going to disappear. If Frank manifested a wage or a salary or any kind of income, and instead of putting it up his base chakra, he turned it blue, made a plan, and shoved it in his crown chakra, this would grow. It would not disappear on him. Have a look around. When a person's red, they start off with a lot of gusto. I can fix the car and we can sell the car. That'd be great. He starts off with a car. So there you go. Pretty square car, but it's a car. Could be a van. I'll fix that. We'll paint it up. Then we'll get rid of it and make money. So what happens is that you got a plan for this? No. I got the bro down the road. We can fix it up and do this. He shoves it in his base chakra. Doesn't get it finished. It ends up out the back lawn, out the backyard, or down somewhere, half finished, because it started off strong in the solid, went into the liquid. Might be when they have a few drinks while they're doing the job. Definitely the solar plexus is fire. So if anyone's going to have a drink and they're going to drink fire water, as in spirits or whatever, it's the solar plexus that they're igniting, turning everything. They're going to burn everything up in fire. It's going to turn into air, go into the void. There goes the van. Time for the next idea. And the next idea will be, here's another idea. Well, we could do something with this. Let's shove it up in the base chakra. That can evaporate too. These are the mechanics of manifesting. This is why some people manifest things. And usually sometimes they go, oh, he's always sitting at the desk. He's got pen and paper, yeah, but he's always got money. Of course he's got money, or she's got money, because they've worked it out in the fourth dimension, which is in the head. Facts, figures, plan, what's going to happen, how it works. It's going to come down. They're going to do a model of it. They're going to do a picture of it. They're going to write it. They're going to ground it onto paper. They're going to give it some identity and some motivation. Then they're going to water it. And then they're going to manifest it. And they go, oh, yeah, that's it. It's the blue people that manifest money, because this is how you manifest money. And it's the blue people that create things. The red people Here's money, right? So they start off with money. They shove it in their base chakra. Liquid chakra, they might start drinking it, all right? Goes to fire. This could be having a smoke. Whatever you do with fire. It could be fire water, could be spirits. Then it goes to air, into the void, disappeared. Those are the mechanics of manifesting. It all depends what Tubetorus and what mindset you have will determine how you process things. Pretty cool. So those coils of energy, they're all about how we process energy, what we do with it, how we do it. And this is the manifesting mechanics of a human being. You beauty, Frank. Please check out how you process things. Do you put them in here? We need both of these. We need the blue one to manifest abundance. We all want a bit of money and we all need a bit of money, all right? And we want to be able to create the things we want. That's the one that does that. It does have a bit of emotional reality with it. They normally have a dry sense of humor. It's coming down. So what actually happens is that their dry sense of humor is usually a downward sense of humor. So it can be often perceived as roasting a person, could be perceived as being sarcastic, because that's a down sense of humor. So when the energy is going down through Frank, it's a lot of blue stuff, which is intellectual, and there's a bit of red, and the chances are it's going to be sarcastic or a dry sense of humor. Okay. If you go red, this is going to be the predominant one. So therefore, it's going to be an uplifting energy. It's going to be heading straight into, it's uplifting. So, you know, this particular, the direction for fire is up. So when you put energy into the fire here, it's up. It's going to, you meet a red person, they're uplifting. They are, whatever else you call it, uprising, lifting people up. That's why. That's what the red energy. We need both of these. This is the emotional one. This is the tangible one. And this is how we work. Check out how you process this energy. Check out your family. We're all different. Look at your friends. Look who finish things halfway through and then they go, oh, better start something else. You'll know now that they're running a red coil. Look at the ones who quietly sit over there, think on things, write a bit of a plan, jot down some specifics, how they're going to do this, jot down a process, the projected future, see what they own. This is universal law. This is everyone. There are cultures that operate more off the red energy, so they have a lot of emotional reality coming in here and only a little bit of blue. There are cultures that major in blue energy and only have a little bit of red. All right, and that's the funny stuff. This works on individuals, this works on families, it works in towns. You'll be able to go through a town and find out the blue part of town, which is the productive one, where they think about what they're doing. This is tradesman energy. They think, where's the plan? Architecture, where's the blueprint? I'll work off that. Starts off blue, and then the person reads all the instructions, makes it. There you go, boss. You can sell that. I've just made it. Parts of towns, there's cultures, cities, countries. Countries that are blue, put things in their head, work it out, spit it out the base chakra. And there's ones that do the opposite. Have a look around. This is a universal law. This is the mechanics of manifesting. One thing that is really important here, you will be programmed to be either red or blue with your creations. because all these subconscious currents are controlled by our subconscious mind programs. Have a look at it. If you've got a mind program that happens to shove your creative energy up here and it disappears, it comes from a program. If you want to clear that, give us a call, drop us a message. Have a look at pattern people. See how the subconscious mind works. If you want to do your own clearing, go to the website, our website, www.beinghuman, hyphen between the U and the M.com. Have a look at the clearing library. Those are guided clearings. Arani and I will take you through them so you can do your own clearings. And we're building up a library. And it's really good that we're all going to be able to co-create and clear our patterning so you get your columns of energy right, consciously and subconsciously, so you can create what you want. Well, Frank, I think we've done it again, Egg. Good man, good man. This is how we do it. It either starts in the fourth dimension and gets more dense or denser, or it starts in the dense base chakra, goes up your body and disappears. And next minute you go, oh, I don't know what happened to that. Better go start something new. You'll go over there, start something new, shove it up your blinking base chakra again. It's going to disappear. Have a look at it. Check it out. If you want to know anything more, get back to us. We can give you a hand to do any clearings that will reset your blinking subconscious mind patterning. Change it so you can actually do what you want to do rather than what you're blinking programmed to do. Cheers, gang. Have a goodie, and see you next time.